So when it comes to your health and fitness goals, what can you control? Your fitness. You can control your workouts and how consistently you are or are not hitting those. You can control your nutrition. You control what you're putting in your mouth, your meal planning, your meal prepping, and your execution of those things. You can control how many steps you're taking on a daily basis. You can control how much sleep you're getting. And you can control to a decent amount how much sleep you're getting on a regular basis. So some of the questions that I like to propose to people when thinking about, okay, if my goal is to lose 10 pounds, what are the weekly habits that I need to implement in order to lose those 10 pounds? You need to think, okay, what habits do I need to start doing that I'm not doing at the moment? What habits am I currently doing, but I need to completely stop doing those? And what are some of the habits that I need to do more of? Like I'm currently doing and I just need to do more of it. Those are some good questions that you can ask yourself. And then if you can identify 2 or 3 weekly habits, 2 or 3 progress indicators that you believe if you do them every single week, you'll achieve that outcome or that outcome will take care of itself, then we really hone in on those progress indicators. We really hone in on those weekly goals that week in and week out. That's step number 3, identify your progress indicators. Before going into step number 4, I just want to tell you step number 4 is one of the most impactful of all of the 5 steps. And it's one of the most unique aspects of the 5 steps and one of the most unique aspects of the 10-week transformation. And again, if you feel like you need some structure, you need something that's going to provide you with consistency. You need something that's going to provide you with accountability. You guys, look no further. The 10-week transformation is the solution. Go to nickcarrier.com/10WT and sign up for the October 7th to December 13th 10-week transformation today. That is the final 10WT of 2024. But let's go into step number 4, that is plan your pills. PILS is an acronym, PILS. It stands for the purpose is to increase the likelihood of your success. Because look, discipline is not about willpower. It's about identifying obstacles and game planning against them. It's about anticipation. So I'll go ahead and be, at the time of this recording, this is a Wednesday when I'm recording this, I am today flying out to Colorado, flying out to Denver, and I am going to Beaver Creek for a wedding for one of my best friends. This week, I'll go ahead and tell you, yesterday I went out to lunch with somebody, and one of the pills that I had was to look at the menu before I go out to lunch. We went to J. Alexander's. I got the Cypress salad with grilled chicken rather than crispy chicken. And I had to decide what I was going to get before I actually went to the restaurant, because all of us know when we go to the restaurant, we're maybe not as all disciplined as we intended to be. You know, we have great intentions going to a restaurant that I'm going to order something healthy, but then when we see the menu, we smell the foods, it's not that easy. And so that's an example of a pill, to look at the menu before I go. Preparation, setting yourself up for success. I'm going to Colorado. I need to make sure that on tonight, I go grocery shopping so that I have a healthy breakfast to take with me on the road on Thursday morning when I drive from Denver to Beaver Creek. So pills are all about, okay, what do I have going on this week? And what do I need to do practically to ensure that I still eat healthy, to ensure that I get my workouts in, to ensure I still get proper sleep, or whatever proper sleep looks like for that particular week? Because too many people have too much belief in themselves to make right decisions in the moment, right? Like one of the things, you know, let's say, for example, I didn't prepare, and tomorrow I'm driving from Denver to Beaver Creek and I'm riding with a friend, and he all of a sudden says, hey, let's stop at Chick-fil-A for breakfast. I'd be like, okay. And then maybe I want to make a healthier order, but I get there and I smell those chicken biscuits and I'm like, I got to get a chicken biscuit. It's like, I didn't have a chicken biscuit because I had a lack of willpower. I had a chicken biscuit because I didn't go to the grocery store the night before to get me a healthy option. That's the way that I want you to be thinking about this. It's, you're not making bad decisions because you have a lack of willpower. Of course, there's a little bit of lack of willpower, but you don't even have to rely on willpower if you prepare. And so that's an example of a pill. Looking at the menu before I go out to eat on Tuesday, grocery shopping on Wednesday night for a healthy breakfast for the road on Thursday. Other simple pills are, I need to make sure I go to the grocery store on Sunday after church to ensure that I get my food for the week. Maybe I need to come home and I need to prepare 4 breakfasts and 4 lunches. That's what I do each week. I go to the grocery store after church, I come home, I prepare my breakfasts and my lunch, so I'm set up for success throughout the week. That way I'm not deciding what I'm going to eat on a day-to-day basis. It's already in the meal prepped container, and boom, I'm ready to go. So you don't do bad habits just because of lack of willpower. You do them because you didn't set yourself up for success. That's step 4, planning your pills. Step number 5 is setting up your scoreboard, because I believe that when a scoreboard is turned on, the stakes of the game are turned up. Now, look, if you are watching a group of teenage kids play pickup basketball in the driveway, and they have not started keeping score yet, there's a whole different level of intensity from when they're not keeping score to when they are keeping score. At the time of this recording, we're getting ready to transition into the actual NFL season. There's a whole different level of intensity between preseason NFL games and regular season NFL games. The intensity is notched up because the stakes of the game are turned up. So it's like, to me, you don't even really have a goal unless you have a scoreboard. You don't have a goal unless you have a scoreboard, because a scoreboard is the thing that is telling you if you are winning the game you're playing. It is holding you accountable. It's motivating you, and it's providing you with feedback. So it's important to have something. Like in the 10-week transformation, I provide people with either a pre-built out Excel scoreboard or Google Sheet scoreboard, or I provide them with a workbook that has a scoreboard on it as well. And so that allows them to stay motivated, hold them accountable, and provide them with feedback as to whether or not they're winning. If you do the 10-week transformation, you'll have one of those. If you don't, have some sheet of paper, a whiteboard, a poster board, something that will allow you to see whether or not you're winning the game that you're playing. Because we all have so many distractions, but a scoreboard reminds you what is a top priority. Again, to recap, number 1 is build your big. 2, figure out a why that is powerful enough to you so that you can persevere through tough situations. Number 2 is set your success indicator. You need to have an aiming point. You need to have a target in order to know which decisions to make. Number 3, identify your progress indicators, because it's not about you want to set a target, you want to set an aiming point, but then you want to focus on the inputs that actually dictate what the outcomes are going to be. Step number 4 was planning your pills. Remember, you don't lack necessarily just willpower. You don't follow through because you lacked setting yourself up for success. And then the 5th and final step is set up a scoreboard, because when a scoreboard is turned on, the stakes of the game are turned up. I'm telling you, these are the things that lead to focus. These are the things that lead to consistency. These are the things that will lead to accountability and ultimately results. So if you're listening to this and you have done a 10-week transformation before, I hope this hammers home each of the 5 steps. I hope these are good reminders to take these things seriously and really ensure that you're narrowing in how best to apply all of these to your health and fitness goals. And if you've never done the 10-week transformation before, I hope this was insightful as to the 10-week transformation is not just fitness classes. The 10-week transformation is not just nutrition guidance. The 10-week transformation is a framework and an operating system through which will allow you to execute at a level that you've never thought possible, to execute at a level that you've never seen before, and to ensure that you get the results that you've never gotten before. So if you want to join the next 10-week transformation, go to nickcarrier.com/10WT. Again, we go from October 7th to December 13th. There's only a few spots left with the in-person classes. There's the 5 a.m., the 6 a.m., the 10 a.m. Then we have the virtual as well. So go to nickcarrier.com/10WT to get started today. I hope you guys learned something about how to follow through with the promises that you make to yourself, about how to not just know what to do, but actually do what you know so that you can actually get the results that you want to see. Again, go to nickcarrier.com/10WT to join us starting October 7th so that you can finish 2024 feeling amazing, looking and feeling great, and going into 2025 full steam ahead, rather than going into 2025 feeling sluggish and not motivated and regretful of how you finished off the year. Go to nickcarrier.com/10WT. I hope the information today allows you to get closer to your health and fitness goals, and ultimately, I hope it allows you to get closer and closer to your best